Good morning everyone and welcome to Trading in the Morning where we are going into SP 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, oil, gold, small caps, SPY and the cubes and looking how the overall picture is this morning. So we are pretty much with the futures this morning, early in the morning, pretty much on the green with US futures up between 0.3 and 0.6%. We have the DAX at Europe up 0.7%. The FTSE right now it's up 0.3%. Nikkei 1.5%, with oil pretty much flat, and gold and silver and VIX also lower this morning. So right now market holding the move into new all-time highs that we saw yesterday above on SP 500 above 3400. So let's look and let's go into the charts and see how the action is this morning, and trying to build the trading plan for the day. So starting with the SP 500 futures, we have a beautiful continuation for upside. For those that are new, we have been having the 3400 target for some time, and we hit yesterday 3400 target, and right now I'm not putting more targets. It's blue sky ahead. No one really knows where this will stop. Can go all the way to 3500, 3600. No one really knows. So let's respect price. It will not be an easy path. We will have pullbacks on the way, but the overall trend is pretty much bullish. We are above the 8 and 21 day moving average. So on the short term, bulls are in control, and while we are above the 8 and 21 day moving average, it's very difficult to be extremely bearish. So right now we keep the bull case while we are and the SP 500 above 3400. That's my line in the sand. Breaks below 3400, I'll be looking for a move into 3344, that's 21 day moving average, but for now keeping the bull case pretty much intact. If you notice, the trend has been up with the slopes of the 821, 50 and 200 day moving average, the slopes pointing higher, and the price is holding on the short term above the 8 and 21 day moving average. So that's pretty much bullish. What I'll be looking in next couple of sessions, I'll be looking for a possible pullback. The movies start getting extended. We are on day 3 on the break higher, and I'll be looking in next couple of sessions for a reversal sell signal. For those that follow us at live.swatoptions.com, you have on the educational section, you have the reversal sell signal. I'll be looking for a possible reversal sell signal and a pullback into the 8 and 21 day moving average. For the most aggressive traders, you can scalp, and I'll be looking for possible scalps on a pullback. But for now, the suggestion, if you are long, trim your profits 1/3 of the position after the market open, raise the stops on the rest, keep riding the position while it lasts. It's blue sky ahead, all-time highs at 34.48 this morning, and really it's your level. Goes above 34.48, it's new air, new path. No one can really anticipate where this will stop. Can go all the way to 3500, or it can reverse right now. What I'll be looking once again is for a possible pullback in next couple of sessions. So sell signal, if you didn't read it, please go to live.swatoptions.com and see the educational material explanation about the sell signal. And for a possible pullback into the 8, right now at 33.97, and 21 day moving average 33.44. But for now, this is on the short term, but we keep the bull case once again pretty much intact. But that does not mean we cannot have a pullback. We had pullbacks here and resume back up. We had a big pullback here and resume back up. So it's normal to have 1, 2, 3 days pullbacks, and that's something that I'll be looking sometime in the future to have 1, 2, 3 days pullback back into the 8 and 21 day moving average. So it's a short term, but overall the trend is pretty much bullish, at least for now. Moving into Nasdaq, it's the same bull case scenario, holding the bull case. Yesterday, short step in after the market opened, tried to shake things a little bit, pushing the market down. We saw some of the tech names fading. Amazon, we are going on our show Eyes on the FANG. We are reviewing those charts, and I will give you my analysis on that, so check at live.options.com. Right now, what can I say about Nasdaq? It's printing an inside day versus yesterday. Notable, we saw this morning SP 500 making higher highs, making new all-time highs. Nasdaq didn't. So that's shows some weakness, some lagging here from Nasdaq. So what's next? As resistance, we have yesterday highs of the session, all-time highs, 11,722. Okay, 11,722. That's the highs, all-time highs. I'll be looking exactly for the same thing on as SP 500. I'll be looking for a possible pullback into the 8 and 21 day moving average, but that does not mean it's bearish on the long term. We need to respect this kind of bullish action that we have been seeing on Nasdaq. Pretty much bullish. We have 1, 2, 3 days pullback into the 21 day moving average and bounce, 1, 2, 3 days pullback to the 21 day moving average and bounce, 1, 2, 3 days pullback to the 20 moving average and resume back up. Same thing here. I'll be looking exactly for the same, okay? 1, 2, 3 days pull back into 21 day moving average. If the 21 day moving average holds and we print a bullish reversal signal, I'll be looking for buy this one. So, but for now, the move is getting extended. I'll be looking for, in the next couple of sessions, for a reversal signal and pullback. 80-day moving average 11,465 and the 21-day moving average around 11,200. So that's the line in the sand in my opinion. But pretty much bullish overall while we are above 11k on Nasdaq. So on the short term, I'll be looking for a pullback. On the mid term, staying bullish while we are above on Nasdaq above 11k. Moving into Dow Jones. Dow Jones yesterday started the breakout of my resistance line. I told you yesterday that I would be looking for a possible next target on Dow Jones all the way into 28,871. That's a gap to get filled. That we have that gap filled on SP 500. I'll be looking for the same gap from the February 2020 gap down and the start of the big bear market that we had, the shortest bear market that we had in history and the fastest one from the March 2020 correction. The gap is still open 28,871. So now what? I'll be looking in next couple of, can take days, weeks, this gap, looking for this gap to get filled. But once again, same thing as I told you about SP 500 and Nasdaq, that does not mean we will go in straight line. Right now, day 2 on the breakout. Yesterday, nice breakout. Today, it's the second day. You trim profits on day 2, raise the stops on the rest, and keep riding while it lasts. Eventually, it will happen the same thing that I'm expecting for XP 500 and Nasdaq, a pullback into the 8 and 21 day moving average, but keep riding the momentum while it lasts, okay? So pretty much bullish also here on Dow Jones, looking for a move all the way to 28,871. Looking for gold. For those that are also new into the show. 2 weeks ago, on a Monday, I said that I'll be looking for a possible breakdown on gold below 2024. 2024 would be my trigger, and indeed we had a beautiful trigger 2024 here, and 48 hours big pullback, big correction on gold all the way into 1874. The basics on the technical analysis say that once a support is broken, it becomes a resistance. And 2024 acted perfectly. Once a support is broken, 2024 was my support, it becomes a resistance. And we hit 2024.6 and faded. So right now on the short term, gold is bearish. It's below all the short-term moving average, below the 8 and 21. But on the mid-long term, it's still bullish. It's still above the 50-day and 200-day moving average down here. But on the mid-term, we are still bullish. So keeping on the mid-term the bull case while we are above 1870, okay, 1870. That's my support line. Breaks below that, I'll be extremely bearish, looking for a big correction on gold all the way into 200-day moving average, all the way into below 1700. But for now, keeping the bull case on the midterm and vulnerable on the short term. That's one of the things that I've been telling week after week, that since we had this correction day after day, I said that we had a mean reversion, okay, big move up, shake the things, and right now we are on consolidating. I'm waiting for the stock to rebuild for a possible new trade. But on the short term, while we are below the 8 and 21 day moving average, while we are below 90.60, we keep the ball on the bear camp, looking for a possible pullback, some more consolidation, wait for the 8 and the price to rebuild once again. And if we break above 90.60, then I'll be looking for a possible second attempt to break the 2024. But for now, keeping the ball on the bear camp, at least on the short term. Same thing with the silver. It's below the 8-day moving average, below my resistance line. I will be bullish once again on silver if price breaks above $28. Above $28, it will break my resistance line, and I'll be looking for a possible resume back up. Bearish below 25.8, that's 21-day moving average, breaks below what I'll be looking, possible lower low here versus 23.5, and from there we will reevaluate also the 50-day moving average at 22.3. So that's the possible bear case scenario, but we need to see it right now. Middle of nowhere, some damage here below the 8-day moving average. It's on the very short term, and we keeping price above 22.8, keeping the ball above 21-day moving average, so waiting for a possible, the range is getting tight, either breaks above 28 and resume back up, or if it breaks below 25.8, looking for a low possible pullback on $2.50 pullback here on silver in the next couple of sessions. Looking for crude, pretty much flat. I keep saying this, it's pretty much flat, above $40 and below 43. So I keeping the bull case scenario while we are above $40, at least for now. It's the mid-term 50-day moving average on oil, so keeping the bull case above $40. Price breaks below $40, it will reverse back down, but for now holding the bull case scenario. If it resumes back, needs to go above $44, needs a trigger above $44, can go all the way into $48.50 area. Okay, so that's the target, around $48. So possible move while we are above $40, breaks above 44, can go all the way into the $48, $49. Looking for the SP 500 cash, once again yesterday hit new all-time highs, probably this morning will open once again at new all-time highs. Yesterday gap, and the gap held and the price resumed back up. leaving an open gap at to fill at 33.99.96. It's the Friday high of the session. So keeping the bull case pretty much intact. We are above the 821 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average. The slopes are pointing up, but once again, same thing that I told about the futures. Looking for in next couple of sessions, looking for a possible reversal sell signal and a pullback into the 8 and 21-day moving average. Something like we saw here, something like we saw here, pullbacks. Okay, pullbacks on the way it's possible, but not trying to pick a top. Bullish, we have a bullish gap, and while we are above 3400, this can resume back up and going higher. We have bullish gaps in the past, lots of bullish gaps that never get filled, and price resumes back up. So we have another bullish gap and price should resume back up, but not meaning that it will be in straight line. That's why I'm saying expecting a possible move into the 8 and 21-day moving average is a possible scenario. We have a gap to fill 33.99. We have the 8-day moving average at 33.89, and below that we can have a bigger pullback all the way into the 21-day moving average. But for now, keeping the bull case while we are above 3400. Looking for the SPYs is exactly the same thing. Very bullish yesterday. New all-time highs. $343, and once again gapping this morning. Right now, pretty much, let me see, it's at 342.9 this morning. So looking for a possible resume back up and giving some follow through from yesterday upside. But the overall trend is pretty much bullish, once again above the 821-day moving average, but expecting next couple of sessions a possible reversal signal. Makes new all-time highs, breaks below yesterday, previous day high of the session, and go back into the 8-day moving average. The 8-day moving average at 338.5, that's my line in the sand. Next one 335, and below that around 334, that's the 21-day moving average, with that should act as support. The overall trend is up, and on the short and mid-long term, but expecting next couple of sessions a possible 1, 2, 3 days pullback consolidation before triggering the next move higher. Looking for the small caps are the ones that I'm looking for a possible breakout and resume higher. $160, told you yesterday, would be my target. We closed at 156.2. If we go above 156.3, I'll be looking for a resume into $160. So bullish while we are above 153.7. Breaks above, I'm looking for $160. That's my target here on IWM, on small caps, and I believe those can be the next one to move. The cubes, exactly the same thing that I told about Nasdaq. Yesterday they shake things a little bit. That was the first signal. I'm expecting a possible pullback into the 8 and 21-day moving average next couple of sessions. Something like we saw here, something like we saw here. Something like we saw here. That does not mean that I'm bearish. On the short term, looking for some profit taking, moves into the 8-day moving average at 278.1, the 21-day moving average at 272, and looking for shake things a little bit, clear the overbought conditions before resuming next leg up. 286 all-time highs. Let's see if today they are able to take price above 286 and go all the way into $219. Otherwise, if it breaks below 281, I'll be looking for 278, 272 as possible targets. So where we stand, we are pretty much bullish. Overall, the picture is pretty much bullish with SP 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones green this morning. I'm looking, once things getting a bit extended, looking for possible pullbacks on the way. One of the things that I will keep monitoring is the VIX. The VIX right now, it's on the green at 22.4. I'll be monitoring VIX. If VIX breaks below 22, I'll be looking for a continuation higher, and VIX goes into the low 20s. I'll be looking for a continuation higher on the market. And otherwise, if VIX goes and spikes above 23, I'll be looking for a possible pullback, and 1, 2, 3 days pullback is a possible scenario when you get things a little extended. So if you are long, my suggestion, trim 1/3 of the position after the market open, raise the stops on the rest. Also read the at live.swotoptions.com, read the reverse sell signal, and that's something that I'll be looking next couple of sessions, a possible 1, 2, 3 days pullback, top at back into the 8 and 21 day moving average. But overall, I'm bullish, but that does not mean it will go in straight line. We will have, it will not be an easy path. We will have pullbacks on the way, 1, 2, 3 days back into 21 day moving average before resuming back up. Okay, so stay safe. Thanks for watching. Wish you all a great trading. Don't miss the next episode. See you everyone later.